Dentists now are seeing affluent people come into their practices with rotting teeth. Guess why? Coffee drinks that are mostly sugar and milk. I went with a girlfriend one time to take a class in how to start a cafe. First thing the guy said was, "You think you're here to talk about coffee? Well, let me tell you, this business is not about coffee. It's about milk and sugar."
In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that affects millions worldwide: diabetes management through lifestyle changes. Our guest, Lynne Bowman, is not just an author, but a living testament to the power of proactive health choices. Lynne's journey from having a diabetes diagnosis to empowerment is both inspiring and informative, and her practical advice on diet, exercise, and more is bound to resonate with anyone seeking to take charge of their well being. I would love to welcome Lynne Bowman. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I love this, as you know.
So, could you start by taking us back to the beginning of your journey with type 2 diabetes and what led you to the place that you are here today?
Okay, but I have to warn you, I'm older than dirt. So when we go back to the beginning of my journey, it's like a long time ago, a long journey. But that's one of the reasons I love talking with your podcast audience because I don't think you hear enough from people who actually have lived a long time. We made it, right? And I wanna tell you how. And we're hearing so much now on, podcasts and stuff about longevity and how to live to be 120 and so on. And typically, it's some 35-year-old guy in a tight T-shirt talking about how to live to be 120. So today you have a grandma, I'm 78, and that's what I love to talk about is that's all I really know, how to get here. And I'll tell you how I got here. And one of the things that kind of got me started, my mother died when I was very young. She died when I was 18. And so, as many of us do, we look back on our lives and go, oh, yeah, if that hadn't happened, none of these other things wouldn't have happened the same way. When it's going on, we're not aware necessarily that this is guiding our life or moving us in a direction. But looking back, it's clear that so much of what I did in health and wellness was because I lost my mom when I was 18. And I watched her go for a long time. She had kidney disease and which is as anyone has had any experience with it, you know, it's a long and painful process. And back then, we're talking 50s and 60s, for example, dialysis didn't exist. So the treatment of kidney disease was quite different and on the brutal end. So I lost her, and just about the time that I was launching into the world at the age of 18 as an adult. So that very much affected me. And when I started having my kids with my first pregnancy, I was 29, and my son was 6 weeks overdue and weighed 10 pounds when he was born. And I'm not a particularly large person. So the doctors in those days, all the OBGYNs were men, said, gee, gosh, I guess you may have had gestational diabetes. What? You weren't tested for it. Nobody talked about it. Wasn't a thing. But they said to me then, quite likely you will develop type 2 diabetes when you're in your 40s, which at the time seemed like, way in the distant future. Um, so I always had that in my head because I wanted to stay healthy and alive for my kids. There were very quickly three of them, kind of 3 years in a row. And I was thrilled and I had my little family, but as has happened to many of us, it didn't go quite the way I thought. And I had to leave a violent marriage quickly. And so I took my three little ones, 2, 3, and 4, and what we could carry on the train and went back to California from North Carolina. I'm a Californian and had gone back to the East Coast to work, started my family. So I came back and always in my mind, I mean, it was quite a struggle to work, to make enough money, to keep the kids and everything going. My X was continued to be difficult. He was a Marine who, like many of the guys who fought in Vietnam, came back, changed his clothes, was going to be normal, but guess what? You can't ever really recover from that. You don't ever uh, become the person that you were before you went to fight in the jungle for something that no one understood. So he was a bit of a mess and ultimately took his own life. But in the meanwhile, my struggle was to feed 3 kids, myself, put a roof over our heads, just manage everything. But I knew that primarily none of that would matter if I weren't healthy. So I was always on the lookout for, okay, what do I eat? What don't I eat? Because diabetes, have long associated with what we take in as food, that we understood that there was this connection between what we ate and how we felt and our outcome. So I tried to learn everything I could about it, and one of the main things I learned was nobody knows. So I learned everything I could learn about it, and talked to all the docs, and watched the medical community sort of evolve about how diabetes was treated. And I was a writer profession. That's how I made my living. So it was kind of a natural progression. I began writing about it, but in not a medical way. And still, I feel like a thing we're missing, excuse me, when we talk about health is really, it's not as complicated as a lot of people would have you think. Um, you don't really need to talk about it on a cellular level or, chemically to understand. My question is always, what do I do? What do I eat? How do I do that? I didn't want to get a degree in biochemistry to figure out how to stay healthy. And we now are bombarded by so much stuff on uh, the internet, podcasts, books, everywhere we look, TV. People are talking about longevity and ways to be healthy and how to lose weight and so on. Literally every day, something new comes across your desk about how to do this right. And doctors and experts are talking about at a biochemical level, at a cellular level. How do you do? I like to talk about it on a grandma level. And I think a lot of us actually are just like, okay, well, what do I eat?
Right.
And when do I eat? And, um, what I've come away with all this studying, all this stuff is, yeah, there are 4 or 5 things you need to do, and astonishing that few people are doing those simple things. You're missing the simple things that you need to do.
And I feel like society has just overcomplicated it so much.
So much.
Hey guys, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to our app, Yoga Plus. You will have access to an incredible selection of videos led by top instructors in yoga, fitness, nutrition, and so much more. Download our Yoga Plus app available on iOS and Android today.